For the UMass Lowell Hockey Riverhawks, it's another Hockey East weekend. The Riverhawks, still looking for their first league win, host the Black Bears of the University of Maine. UMass Lowell comes into this weekend after dropping a pair of games last weekend against Northeastern. But it was a weekend during which head coach Norm Bazin says he saw some progress.
I thought Saturday was much better than Friday, and obviously we were able to kill off all those penalty kill situations. So that showed incredible resolve, and it was a huge test that way. It's a big test of character, something I don't want to experience ever again. In 22 years, I had never had to kill 4 or 5 on threes, but it's over. We're past it, and there was one of the few tests in the game that we were able to get by. We learned that we can play in a hostile environment. They had a good crowd. It was a lot of adversity, way too much. At the same time, we got by most of it. Power play, the overtime session, we just couldn't get by. And I think we ran out of gas in a lot of different ways. But we're really focusing on this week, and our next opponent is Maine, a very good hockey club.
The University of Maine Black Bears dropped a pair of games last weekend against a very tough Minnesota Duluth hockey club. On the year, the Black Bears are 2-4. Last year, UMass Lowell and the University of Maine split a pair of regular season games, each winning in their own building.
Well, the biggest hockey team we've played so far, probably the biggest team we'll play this year. They've got a tremendous size. They're good on the attack. They cycle the puck extremely well. They seem to get their D involved this year, so it was a great challenge for us. We've faced teams with size, but it's an extra challenge. You have to keep your feet moving and certainly be able to play in static situations. Every week's a new emphasis point. You got to be more connected. Whether we're talking offensive, we're talking defensively, we're talking the neutral zone. It's when things aren't going right and you're facing adversity, you got to stay even more connected. And that's a big piece to our puzzle in practice this week. And we're going to try to get out of this by obviously working together. You can't make it the end of the world here. This is the start of the season. The first 10 games are trying to get to know your roster, your lineup, seeing who the best people are in the best spots. So we're still trying to figure that out, and certainly is a nice challenge here this week of playing 2 games at home. I think not having to travel and being able to practice and get on the ice together is a huge bonus. And the guys got through some tests, the exam period, and some papers, and now they're back concentrating on hockey. I don't think any one area has starred yet, and there's always going to be a work in progress in certain areas. But we certainly approach it that way, and we'd like to see more of it. You know, from my standpoint, we're focusing on being patient as coaches because it's all about being the best team at the end of the season. However, you know as well as I do, you got to pick up points along the way to be in the mix.